Hi everyone, welcome to the next week. For this week we're going to be looking at chapter 6 and you're going to be having a quiz on chapter 6. For this week we're going to be looking at the role of tariffs. And you'll know that the US has been dominated by tariffs and used to use tariffs to manipulate prices and bring in more government revenue. But tariffs have been used less and less in the economy, given all these challenges that we're faced. Back in the 1840s, 1850s, huge amounts of tariffs. I remember tariffs were extremely high in that time when I studied it, and you notice that every country was importing or using tariffs to manipulate the prices. And in the end, it was basically hurting the prices that consumers paid. Tariffs used to range anywhere from 48%. And in one of your table 6.1, you'll see the tariffs have reduced dramatically, the average tariff rate. It's made prices much more competitive, and firms actually try to reduce their price level. Now, the key with the Smoot-Hawley Act was it was trade liberalization. Make trade open to more countries. Bring in more goods and services. You've noticed that the U.S. has been facing a lot of challenges with trade. And when we looked at the GATT in 1947, that was basically an agreement between many countries to state we got to slow down this war on tariffs, meaning every country was penalizing each other with tariffs. And we had to figure a way to have an agreement to bring about lower tariffs to everyone, to benefit trade, and to bring about more goods and services to consumers. So that's basically the principles that we're going to be focused on this week, and the role of the WTO. And you'll notice that WTO is a very important organization. So for this week, you're going to be having a quiz. On the quiz, we're going to be focused on a couple different questions that I'm going to go over. Now, when did the U.S. reach its highest level in terms of its tariffs? When did the U.S. reach its highest level? Question number 2. What was the purpose of the Reciprocal Trade Agreement of 1934? What was really the goal of that? Question number 3. Question is about GATT. When was it established? What was the goals? Question 4. The unconditional most favored nation principle. What was it based on when looking at GATT? Question 5. January 1st, 1995, the day which the Uruguay Round took effect, GATT was transformed into the WTO. What was one of the major issues of the Uruguay Round of trade agreements? Major issues. And it's looking at developed countries. Question 6. Who was the successor of GATT? Question 7. Arguments for protectionism. What are some arguments for why protectionist policies are used? Next question. Primary determinant of environmental protection is what? Question 9. Many countries are dependent upon what in their country for economic growth? And question 10 is going to be looking at Japan. When you look at their semiconductor industry, why did the economy do so well during that time period? What was some of the benefits to that industry? Why did they survive so well? So those are the topics we're going to be looking at. Make sure to focus on that quiz, and I look forward to your effort this week.